Okay, so my face has already been primed, and I tried out a new foundation today. It's the Buxom foundation. Don't know how I feel about it yet. Still getting an idea for it. And I have primed my eyes and done my cover up, all of that jazz. I'll leave a link below to see my normal routine if you guys are interested in that. Today I wanted to focus on the rest of my face, and so let's go ahead and get started. First things first, going to go ahead and use this Maybelline Color Tattoo as a base. This shade is slightly different from the one that I am used to using, and that is because I am using a pinker shade, which I'm just putting onto the moving part of my lid. This will go really well with that Almay trio that I'll be using today, which has more of a pinkish lid color. Once I have that on, I go ahead and I move into the Almay trio. And this is the one that I am using today. I talked about this recently in my favorite drugstore brands. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with this pinky color as my lid. For this particular one, I like to use the Coastal Scents brush. You can see here that it has more of this angled shape to it. It's really helpful for packing on shadow onto my lid. So I just go ahead and I tap it in here, and I have to make sure that I tap the excess off, otherwise it really gets caught under my eyelids, which I don't really like. So I just pat this all along the moving part of my eye. And then once that is done, I move into this brown shade. And for this, I use the e.l.f. Blending Eye Brush. Pretty simple. I really, really like it. It's fluffy and soft and really does the job. So I pat some out of here. Again, I tap it and then I put it into my crease. So there it is in my eyelids. Again, it looks pretty stark, looks pretty extreme, but I go ahead and I blend it with, again, another Coastal Scents brush. This is not what I would consider a typical blending brush, but I saw it on a Birchbox video where they blended it, and I like the effect, so I've been using it ever since. And these brushes all came with my Coastal Scents palette that I bought, the Revealed palette from Birchbox. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just blending this out so that the lines aren't as harsh. Much happier with that. And then the final part of my shadow look is I take this top part in here, which is this nice sort of pearly, but yet it also has like a dual chrome look to it in the light, which I like, and I just dust that right along underneath my brow bone. And that is what I do for my eyeshadow. Additionally, I also will line my eyes, and to line my eyes, I use the Be a Bombshell. This is a felt tip liner in Onyx. I adore this stuff. It's just like writing with a marker. However, I have to do this a little bit differently than I think I've ever seen on YouTube before, and I have to pull my lid tight to do a line across. The only time I don't have to do that is if I'm using like a liquid liner, like the e.l.f. liquid liner. It's the only system that works for me. I don't know why. I just feel like maybe because my eyelids are too loose, if that is a thing. I don't know. So what I do is I just pull it tight, and then I draw a very thin line across my lash line, as close to it as I can get. Right along like that. And I did get some down here, which doesn't bother me. I just wait for it to dry, and that allows me to then cleanly, without making a mess, get it together. You'll see here that I really tend to follow along my eye until I get to about the end, and because I pull it tight, that bottom part of my eye right here that continues to be an oval and go down, my line doesn't go down like that, which doesn't bother me at all. Only thing I like to do is I like to just try to make sure that it looks a little bit more along there, like, and you can see my second eye. I don't really stress about my eyeliner necessarily matching. Obviously, if it's really extreme, I'll, try to fix it, and I will just curl my lashes with my, I think it's a Revlon. I don't know, this thing is old. I probably should replace it, but I just haven't yet. It's one of those things that you think about, you're like, oh, I should probably replace it, and then you just forget. For mascara, I have been loving this Ulta Voluptuous Mascara. It just has a pretty old school wand, but I love the effect that it has on my lashes. And this is, if you get close enough to, you can see that my lashes look really long. I love the way they look. I didn't use any primer. I don't use any top coat on them. I literally just curled them and put this on, and the rest was done by the Ulta Mascara. Moving on to the bottom half of my face, I have recently become acquainted with bronzer, in particular this Tarte bronzer. I like bronzer for the fact that it makes my face have a little bit more color to it, which is necessary because I'm so pale. So I put some by the temples, what am I trying to say? Temples of my head. I try not to get too heavy-handed with bronzer just because it can be really harsh on my face. And I'll do some along my jawline. And then we'll do it in the hollows of my cheeks. I'm still learning about bronzer and how to apply it and all of that jazz. If you have any tips, let me know. For the application, I am using this e.l.f. small tapered brush. This thing is so soft. I like that it has, like a dome, but it has a point to it, so you can really get, precision in there, which is very nice. And for my highlight, I like to do my bronzer, then my highlight, and then my blush. I don't know why I do. I'm obsessed with the Benefit Watts Up. I got this from Sephora, and at first I didn't know what to do with it. I was like, I don't understand this product. And then I looked more into it, and let me tell you, it has been life-changing. I put some down the center of my nose, and I just sort of rub it, tap it into place. I do some right here on my lip. And then I go along my cheekbones. This stuff lasts literally all day, and I love it. Some people think it's too shiny. I don't find it too shiny. I find it just shiny enough. I don't know, if you guys have the full of this, let me know if it's overwhelming. I feel like this is just the right width. But people say that I know the larger one is bigger and they like that one. I just don't know how you'd manipulate it. So this is, again, I just love the way the light hits me for that. And then lastly, I am going to use my Julep, which this color I am obsessed with. This is in Beach Bellini. Oh, I saw this color online when I got my Julep box, and I thought I had to have it, and I have been in love with it, obsessed with it since. You don't need much of it, and I apply it with the e.l.f. small stippling brush, and I do it on the apples of my cheeks, and then I bring it back. It just makes my face look more alive and less pale zombie. There it is. Yeah. I like it so, so very much. Very glad that I got it in my box. And then for my lips, in the morning, I like to put a little bit of lipstick on and some lip gloss. And for that, I have been loving this Bare Minerals. Got it in a Nipsey bag. It's in the color Get Ready. I've never, this for me is like the perfect amount of lipstick to ever possess because I can run out of it and feel confident that I've used all of it. I've made a pretty big dent in this since I got it. I just love it. And the funny part is, it's so silly that I put this on in the morning for school because by the time I drive up to school, it's barely on my lips still. And I feel like people, if they were to see me at school with this lipstick on, they'd be like, wow, that is a bright lip, that's intense. See what I'm saying? This seems intense for lips. But then I put on top of it this Smoochie's gloss, just to give it a little bit of something extra. This is my finished face. I'll do that classic girl face thing, even though I don't think I'm very good at it. But this is just one of my everyday looks. I really tend to just rotate it. I don't have a real system. I'm just kind of like whatever I feel like putting on in the morning. I don't tend to match my makeup necessarily to what I'm wearing, good or bad thing, I don't know. And then naturally I style my hair, which I'll do in a video for you guys so you can see how I take this crazy mess and tame it into what you see every day and in my videos. But that's it for me, guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.